Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to FARMBREAD. So in the spring, as a chicken owner, our worst nightmare happened. Our flock was attacked by a fox, and I have to say, it's taken a lot of time for me to put this video together because it really slowed down our process of being able to film our new chicks and the integration into our existing hens. It just kind of derailed everything. And so I was hoping to provide updates on our chicks in a timely manner to everybody. And really I had to stop everything and tend to our chickens that were still healing. And so I wanted to share this video now because we've had a lot of updates that I haven't shared with you. And so it's kind of me compiling a bunch of things that have happened over the course of the last few months, and kind of trying to get everybody up to date on where we are now at. Things have been a bit sad here and out of, I guess, kind of not what we had in our plans, but we had a fox attack our girls this week on Monday. And so I came home from work and found feathers everywhere in the yard and started to freak out and look for everyone. And we had been letting our big girls out in our regular yard and then keeping the little girls, these, in our goat pasture. And our goat pasture is fenced in and our yard is fenced in, but clearly a fox was able to breach our fence and get in both areas. And so we lost 3 of our big girls. We had 5, and we lost 2 of our little girls. So in total, we lost 5 girls. 1 we haven't found, and our 2 big girls were Petunia, one of our newer girls who laid these beautiful blue eggs, and then Stella, a gorgeous golden Wyandotte who we've had for, since we started having chickens. So it was pretty traumatic, but the fox actually attacked 8 of our chickens, and 3 of our girls are wounded but alive. So part of me also feels really bad that feels so bad for the girls that are wounded. We let them free range thinking, there's always a chance that something might happen. And I honestly thought, it would be like a hawk and it would be a one-off. But they lived a really good life until that point, which is why I chose to free range in our yard. And we've taken precautions like putting the wiring, I don't know if you can kind of see it in the back, some cabling over our goat pasture and things like that. We do have a fenced-in goat pasture, a fenced-in yard, so we just thought, there are risks, but there are some things that we've done to try to secure our chickens as well. But I didn't expect like 8 chickens to get attacked, and I think that's the hardest part in choosing to free range, is that there's definitely the threat that you could lose all of your girls in one full swoop. And that's not something that I really thought about before. I just thought it was more of like a one-off thing. And so it was pretty devastating seeing that the fox killed 4 of our girls and just killed them, didn't eat them, just left them there. I guess what foxes will do is they'll kill an entire flock and then come back one by one to take them away and bury them so that they have food for the future. So, it's not for sport, which is what I originally thought, but after doing some research, I realized, it's probably the surest bet for them to have the largest killing, the largest amount of food for the season. And right now it's kit season for foxes, so they're trying to feed their babies. As much as I don't like foxes right now, I kind of understand, I get it. it's life, it's nature. We're in a really wild area, and so while I feel like a chicken mama failure at times right now, I'm also trying to learn and just remind myself where we are, and this is reality. So moving forward, I got to secure our premises better. I'm just keeping everyone inside right now, and I'm going to slowly start to introduce some outside ranging, but supervised. And so I'll show you the big girls that are wounded. So Freya and Starly, our other two girls that we brought from Illinois, they got attacked and they lost a lot of feathers. And Starly's got about 5 puncture wounds, and Freya has an entire, just a really bad tear on her back. And so my amazing friend Phoenix has been helping me to dress them. And then Copper, one of our new baby chicks, she has a wound under her wing that is still a little bit open, but it didn't puncture her muscle. So it's kind of in one of those areas that moves a little bit, so the hole is slowly closing up, but we're getting there. And today she's acting the best she's acted since Monday. She's doing really well. So that might be, no, I'm not sure where she is right now, but she's day by day, everybody's doing better and better. Freya actually was up on her roost last night, which I couldn't believe. And Starly seems like she's in a lot of shock. I think she's got a lot of bruising. And so while she doesn't have like a tear like Freya, she definitely, I think is a lot, maybe more sore. So that's where we're at. You know, I guess it's that question you see all over when you have chickens. Like, question is, do you let them free range? And it's hard when something like this happens, when you want them to have the best life. You don't want to keep them confined and locked up. They want to be outside. They want to be eating bugs and grubs and worms and grass and all that. So at least the only solace I can seek is that Stella and Petunia, Strawberry and Daffodil went really quick. I feel really bad for Freya and Copper and Starly right now because they're wounded and they're hurting. That's probably the worst part of it. So lots of kind of heavy stuff here, and but it's part of, I guess, having chickens. I feel like we've had bad chicken luck since we've moved here. We lost 2 of the new girls that we got in the fall. They just never really adapted here and acclimated and did well. So I think they might not have been the healthiest chickens to begin with, and they were older. They came with Petunia and Moonty. And so, you know, since the first of the year, we've lost 7 chickens. So it's a little bit defeating at times to think about. But I also look at how strong Freya is and how she's so persevering, her and Starly, through this crazy time. You know, and they just seem so happy here in our yard that's a bit fulfilling. We'll get through it. All right, well, I'll maybe take you back into the coop. Starly and Freya are in their coop right now. I'm not letting them out into the run because they have open wounds, and they are very motionless. Freya is definitely walking around a bit more, and like I said, she was on her roost last night, which is great. Starly is kind of just hunkering down in the corner. They are eating and drinking, which is amazing. So that's kind of the best that we could hope for now. So hoping everything continues and they continue to improve. We'll get through it. Here we've got Freya and Starly. I've got some scrambled eggs for them, cantaloupe. I've got chick starter sprinkled in with their layer feed because it has a higher protein content. And then we've got some water, special water with flock fixer in it to help provide some probiotics and electrolytes. So they're hanging out down here in the corner. Hi girls. You can see, here's Freya. She's got a big wound. Hi girl. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at your back really quickly. She has a big wound on her back. But she's doing okay. And Starly lost a ton of feathers. Didn't you, girl? Yeah. But she's hanging in there too. They're both doing okay. We're gonna get through it, right, girls? Yeah. So those are our girls, our big girls. Need some extra TLC right now, right? We're just kind of staying peaceful in the dark, taking it day by day. So here's Copper. She got attacked by the fox too. So she's got a little bit of a wound that we are trying to heal this week. But she's doing pretty good, right? Yeah. She's walking around, and eating and drinking and hanging out with everybody. So that's good. So I'm just sitting here with my chicken inside. No, Freya's been through a lot lately, including a major fox attack. And that, I guess, what happens when you survive a major attack like that, your immune system kind of goes haywire. So turns out Freya, our 3-year-old, has worms, which if you are not an animal owner or a chicken owner, probably don't want to watch this because it's pretty gross. But yeah, all animals, I guess, have worms. And so she has been super healthy and been able to, I think, manage the load, but now her immune system is kind of going crazy. So I'm treating her and our entire flock of chickens, including our chicks since they're in the coop now, for worms, which is just a pretty standard treatment. And there is an egg withdrawal period, but because since the attack, Freya and Starly haven't been laying, and our new girls are too young to lay eggs, so we don't have to worry about that. But because of it, Freya's had a poopy butt, and so Freya just had to have a little bath, right? We just took a bath. So Miss Freya also, we noticed she had a tick on her eye, maybe the day after when we were treating her wounds. I had to pull a tick off her eye, and so now I think her immune system is like having a very inflammatory response to the tick bite. And so I'm having to put some ointment around her eyes, which I just started today because they just puffed up today. So I'm hoping, ooh, hey girl, I'm hoping that that helps. We'll see. Take it day by day right now. So Freya's kind of drying off down here, right? We're drying off. You can see her wound. So this poor girl, she's been through a lot lately, right? Been through a lot, Miss Frey. So it's been a week since our fox attack, and the girls are actually, they're cautious, but they're coming out. And we've actually integrated them with the chicks, who seem to be a lot more resilient, or at least I should say they're bouncing back a lot better. They came right out, and so I think that actually helped the big girls to come out a little bit. They're making progress every day. Seems like, you know, every day is better than the last, knock on wood. So the fact that Starly's out walking around now too, in a way, I think integrating the new girls with them has actually really helped Starly feel like she's got purpose again. She was kind of hunkering down in the corner of the coop for a while, and then the weather just got too hot, so I let them out into the run with the younger girls just for heat purposes. So I hope in a way that this has been good for her. Poor Freya's got a swollen eye now from the tick, and I am treating that with ointment. Hopefully that's going to start getting better soon. And then the other girls seem like they're pretty happy bouncing around, chasing insects and eating grass. So it's been a while. It's been like a week since they've been able to do this. So they are definitely craving the outdoors. We had to resecure the premises, and now we are just letting everyone out, kind of free ranging in the pasture now. We're not letting them out in the yard because I just know that that's not totally secure. But I continuously, on an almost near daily basis, go around and check the perimeter, and I look for holes, gaps in any of the fencing. I resecured it. It's not the prettiest, but at least I feel like it's more secure, much more secure. I've heightened it in certain areas, all around, kind of like by the woods. You can see this added layer right here. And I've tried to go back through any of the fencing that was larger than 2 inches. Now I've kind of secured it so that there's either chicken wire, hardware cloth, or added some hardware kind of wiring so that we don't have any super large gaps or holes in the fencing. And I've been, letting them out more frequently to free range in this pasture, but it took a while. I waited. I figured with a fox, he's probably coming back. I know we have a fox that lives around here, and so trying to make it obvious that there are people watching and our dogs out in the yard. So I'm not necessarily leaving them out for long periods of time without supervision, just because while I feel like it's a little bit more secure, I don't know the capabilities of a fox really. And so I think after going around after the fox attack, I did find some pretty big gaps in the fence that unfortunately, I hadn't seen before. And so I do think I know how the fox kind of may have gotten into our yard. And I've tried to kind of fix all of that, but I just feel like our yard is not quite as safe as our pasture. So I'm keeping them in the pasture. One really positive and uplifting scenario that happened about 2 weeks after the fox attack, Mark and I we had scheduled to go to my parents' house in Rhode Island, and we're going to drop the kids off at their house and then go on to see the Lumineers outside of Boston. And what ended up happening, the stars kind of aligned in our favor, where we got our chicks. Coop's Coop, they had additional chicks that were in the same age range, so they were around 2 to 3 months old. And when we went to Rhode Island, we were able to pick up 6 more chicks to kind of help the healing process and rebuild our flock a little bit. Hey, Copper. We'll get our new girls on Saturday, bring them home, and we'll try to integrate everybody. We'll see how it all works out. Gotta be patient with our big girls because they are still healing. So kind of go by their lead and see how they're feeling. Right now they're accepting and seem to be enjoying themselves with the little girls around. So we'll see. Let's see those eyes. Yeah, your tail feathers are growing, Star. I'm so proud of you. Good girl. Look at these feathers coming in there too. So we ended up getting more chicks, and I'd have to say that integration was interesting because we were kind of rushing to get back, and then we had to go to soccer, and what we ended up doing was just bringing the chicks back, and because they were about the same age, we just actually let them out into the run together with the other chicks and didn't really do an acclimation period at all. And I have to say it actually worked out pretty well. I think there were a couple of like little skirmishes here and there, but in general we didn't have any major issues and it worked out. I also think the fact that our large hens, Starly and Freya, were still healing at that time, really softened the blow in terms of introducing new chicks. So had Freya and Starly been completely normal, I probably wouldn't have done that. It's now August and Starly and Freya are back to normal, I would say. And Freya is definitely back to her old kind of mean self. I hate saying mean, but barred rocks have been known to not be the nicest towards other breeds of chickens, and Freya definitely can be a bully. I haven't had any issues with her, you know, with any chickens getting like their feathers pulled out and things like that, but they're definitely skirmishes, and Freya definitely is top dog. Starly will corroborate. So it's been interesting, but I think the timing actually worked out in terms of integrating. It was a really nice integration for the newer chicks. One major update, I should say, is our Lulu is a Louis. So we have a rooster now. He's the one that we've been tracking and trying to keep an eye on to see, you know, we were always a little suspicious of him. So we're pretty excited about Louis. He seems to be a sweet rooster as of now. I know that the hormones can kick in and change at any time, so we're watching him. And my Frey, Miss Freya, is doing awesome. Starly's on her nesting box right now, but Freya, I will show you her back. She looks marvelous. She is just, she's an amazing chicken. She and Starly have all their feathers. They just look amazing. They look like nothing ever happened. Her eyes have healed because it did take about a month for me to really get all of the swelling down. Copper's also doing amazing from her attack. She's like, nothing ever happened to her. Yeah, I gotta say, all our new chicks are just so sweet and friendly. You can see Louis doing his little side shuffle there. But yeah, we're really, despite all of the hardship that we've endured this spring. Oh, even larger update, we're getting eggs. We're now getting lots of eggs. We're getting dark copper eggs from Blue, our blue copper Moran. We are getting white eggs from May, our blue Andalusian. We're getting green eggs from Moonlight, who is an olive egger. She's one of the newest chicks. And we are getting tan eggs from Starly. She's been laying pretty consistently. She stopped for about a couple weeks after the fox attack, and then she started again. Freya has not started again. She's not laid an egg since the fox attack, which, you know what, I'll give her it. It's okay. And then who else? We just got a new egg today. I think might be Lucinda. She's our cream leg bar, and it's kind of like a grayish, bluish, purplish egg color. We're getting some really cool colored eggs, which we're really excited about. So I just wanted to share an update, kind of let you know what's been going on at FARMBREAD here, our trials and tribulations, and you know, I'll continue to keep you guys updated and share all the new adventures that we have as quickly as I can. I know I'm not the best at getting you a timely update, but I'll try my best. So if you guys are enjoying this content and you like what you see, if you're enjoying our adventures, please like, subscribe, and share this content. It helps us so that we can continue sharing with you guys. All right, thanks so much. See you on the next one. Bye.